Good morning, I'm Shaniqua with your Thursday News Round. We're here live on CBBC. Here's what we've got coming up for you today. We put your vaccine questions to an expert. Find out more about what it's like living with colour blindness. And meet Pascal, the friendly otter pup. First, it's been almost a year since Prime Minister Boris Johnson put the UK into lockdown and ordered everyone to stay at home to stop the spread of coronavirus. Since then, a number of vaccines have been developed to protect people from the virus. And now we asked you what you wanted to know about vaccines, and you sent in loads of questions. So Ricky put them to Dr. Elisabetta Groppelli, who's a virologist and expert in global health. Take a look.
So, Dr. Elisabetta Groppelli, thank you so much for talking to News Round. You are a virologist. A lot of people, a lot of our viewers are fascinated in what you have to do, and they've sent us some questions. So let's begin. Will children end up getting the vaccine? That's from Zara.
Viruses don't know what age you are, and so it's absolutely important that the vaccines also protect everybody. We have already the trials ongoing in children, and some data actually has become available for children between the age of 12 and 16, and that's quite encouraging. But we're waiting for the data for children much younger, like 6 years old up to 12. So it really tells you that it's a matter of time. Maybe before the start of the next school year, there will be vaccination for children.
Does the vaccine hurt once you have it?
If you have the injections before, I'm sure you can definitely feel that something is happening. In this case, it is a muscle here in the shoulder. And yes, some grown-ups say that they had a little bit of pain in the muscle for a few days and then it resolved. But the vast majority of the grown-ups actually reported no side effects at all. We need to find out what's it like for children. Will they have the same pains and ache that affect some adults? The very important thing is that all of these things are being checked right now. Both the doctors and scientists really are doing everything they can so that the vaccines will hurt as little as possible, but will also be super good at protecting from virus and disease of any age you might be.
My name is Eliza, and my question is UK going to share its vaccine with other countries?
The UK has been quite good because we heard about the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine, and that has been designed but also manufactured in the UK. And what's happening now is that they have shared the recipe and the manufacturing conditions so that actually some doses are going from other parts of the world. So this knowledge sharing, is absolutely crucial.
Thank you, Dr. Elisabetta. Now, last night, the NHS announced that there may be a shortage of vaccines from next month. Now, this is because of a delay in the delivery of millions of the doses of the AstraZeneca jab that have been made in India and are being sent to the UK. Now, it means some people under the age of 50 are unlikely to get their first dose of a COVID vaccine before the end of April. However, the government say they're still on course to hit the target of vaccinating all adults by the end of July. And you can find out all about where the UK is up to with vaccines in our guide on the News Round website. Next up, imagine seeing the world differently and not even realising it until you turn 6. Well, that's what happened to Marcus, and today he's sharing his story about colour blindness. Now, he thinks schools and the world of sport need to do more to help people like him. Watch this.
Hi, I'm Marcus, and I'm going to tell you what it's like to be colourblind. Being colourblind is where you can't tell the difference between certain colours. These look the same to me, but it's not just one colour, it can be these two as well. And if you have labels on it, it can be a lot easier.
Around 3 million people have some form of colour blindness.
I first found out when I was about 6. I was doing some colouring in with my sister, and I came into my mum and I asked her which one of these two pens was the orange one. My mum was a bit confused by this, and we went to the opticians to get tested, and we found out that I was colourblind. I love football and I love playing it and watching it as well. As a fan, if I'm watching a match and the kits look the same, it's so hard to follow the game and it can become really frustrating.
There are tens of thousands of clubs in England playing football every week, with thousands of kits between them. For those with colour vision deficiency, that means plenty of opportunity for colour clashes.
It was hard to work out who was on which team in the Chelsea versus Sheffield United match because they were wearing kits that looked the same to me, and it was really frustrating. You can't tell who was passing to who and which team they were on. In schools, it can affect me in lots of different ways, like in lessons like geography and maths, if they're presenting charts or graphs or pie charts and things like that. If lots of things are presented in colour now, but like teachers still aren't aware that this is a problem. In my school, they've been really helpful and useful once they know.
Thanks for that, Marcus. Now, some footy news now, and there'll be 3 English sides in the quarter-finals of the Champions League, with Chelsea joining Liverpool and Manchester City last night. An impressive 2-0 win over the Spanish league leaders, Atletico Madrid, took them through. Hakeem Ziyech and Emerson got the goals, and Chelsea still haven't lost in any competition under new manager Thomas Tuchel.
They play with a special bond, and fixtures like this and results like this give you the certain edge and the certain clue to achieve special things. You can only do this with a special atmosphere, and right now we are in this draw, and I'm pretty sure that nobody wants also to play against us.
And sticking with football, Manchester United women's team is set to play a match at Old Trafford for the very first time. United will host West Ham in the Women's Super League a week on Saturday. Now, they're currently 3rd in the table, but they've never before played at Old Trafford since forming in 2018. Well, it sounds about time. Okay, now get ready for some cuteness. Take a look at Pascal, who's a Native American otter pup in a US zoo in Chicago. 18,000 people voted to name him Pascal after a very popular otter character in a video game. He's now swimming well on his own, and soon he'll be back outside with his swamp family. Oh, adorable. Now, just before we go, we want to know what you're doing for Red Nose Day. You can head to the Newsround website to let us know. Right, that's all for now, but I'll have your next update tomorrow morning. Bye.